Hi everybody, Liz here, thanks for stopping by. So I'm just going to quickly go through some of the sealers that I've got, and I am going to be doing a little bit of experiments with these. I did do a little one at Christmas on some Christmas coasters using the Crystal Art sealer and the Crystal Art Shimmer sealer from Craft Buddy to see what the difference was. So that video is in my playlist, but I thought because there are so many different sealers coming out at the moment, I've ordered some different ones to have a look at. I have always mainly used the Craft Buddy Crystal Art one. These are £8.99 at the moment on the website for the 150ml jar, and these have always been my go-to. I've never had any problems with these, no bubbling, and the only thing is if the lid does get a little bit stuck, if you're lazy and don't clean the lid off like me, then yeah, sometimes just run it under a hot tap and it just releases it a little bit. And if you find that if you've left the lid off and it's gone a little bit solid, then just add the tiniest bit of water to it and mix it round, and that should make it okay. You've got to be careful adding water to anything like this though, because it can create bubbles and then put bubbles on your project, and you don't want that. The Crystal Art Shimmer sealer, this has got like a greenish tinge to it. I don't think I can get the lid off this one. No, I can't. I'll have to put that under. As I say, I wipe my brush on the end, and every time I say I'm going to put some cling film over the top to stop it from sticking, and I always forget. So this gives you like a green glittery tinge to it, which I wasn't overly keen on. I suppose it depends on what you're actually sealing it with, but it just gives it a little bit different perspective. And these are £8.99 as well. This was the bigger jar that they used to do, the 500ml. Now that isn't on the website at the moment, so whether they will bring it back or not, I don't know. The thing I didn't like with this, as you can see, I'm right down at the bottom of this one now, is you tend to get your brush stuck. You get a lot of the sealer on the edges because, as I say, I wipe my brush on the edge to take the excess off, and you can get a little bit messy trying to get to the bottom of these tubs. But that was a lot better value getting it as a large tub, but at the moment, as I say, I don't think they've actually got those on the website. They do also do, you'll hear me refer to in my videos, magic glue. Now this one is actually for turning any picture, any canvas into like poured glue canvas. So if you've got, say, a picture of something and you want to turn it into a diamond art, then you could just cover it with this magic glue. I have again in my playlist got where I've used this and on different surfaces and things, and it does stay tacky, and it stays tacky for weeks. Obviously cover it over with some cover sheets or something, otherwise, you know, you're going to get dust or house fluff or whatever on it. But yeah, it does last a long time. Or if you come across a canvas, you know, you've put your elbow on it, or you've caught your jumper sleeve on it or something, and you've taken the tack off your diamond painting, then just putting a little bit of this on makes that area sticky again. It isn't a sealer though. This one is just literally for making your canvas into a poured glue canvas. So yeah, I just like to mention this because I do talk about it a lot. This is £7.99 for a little bottle, but believe me, a little goes a long way. And if you watch the video that I did, the first one I did, I used far too much, and I was scraping it all off and having to find something else to put it on, otherwise I was going to waste it. So that is that one. Now the others that have been around for a long time, that I have used quite a bit in the past for various other things, is Mod Podge, and it's a sealer, glue and finish. It's mainly used in decoupage, and a company called Decopatch tend to have their own version of this. You can get the Decopatch glue, and it's for putting paper onto like a papier-mâché animal, or onto MDF houses and things like that. So I'm going to give this a go. I've not actually used it myself as a sealer on anything, but I thought, well, I'll give it a go. I think what's probably the easiest thing to do is to use some sets of coasters, because then I'm doing like with like. so I'm not like doing a canvas and it could be from a different company comparing it to another canvas. I can actually compare it on the different coasters. It's what I did at Christmas with the crystal art ones. I've then also got, and I think these are around about the £10 mark. I can't remember that one. I think I got that in a set a long time ago, so I've had that one a long time. But they are all round about for the 8 fluid ounces, 236 mils, round about the £10 mark. You can get them on offer sometimes. I got this one from Hobbycraft, and this is an outdoor one. And what I was thinking was, because I do a lot of the like acrylic and the wooden wreaths at Christmas, I thought I might have a go at putting this Mod Podge on them and see what it's like outside, hanging it outside, and see whether it is waterproof. It does say that it is to go outdoor, and I did have a lady say that she'd coated something with this, she'd used this and it worked really well, and she did leave her diamond painting project outside, or whatever it was that she'd done. I can't remember what country she lived in though, because we do tend to have very, very wet and very good winters, so it'll be interesting to see how that does. It'll have to be one of my least favourite ones that I'm quite willing to sacrifice to try it outside. So that is that one. And then I did then get this pack of 2. Now these are from Amazon. They're sold on the Wising US store on Amazon, and there was $17.99 for the 2. They're 120 millilitres, so they're about £9 each, so they're quite a bit more per milliliter than the crystal art one. But I think these are the ones that have got the brush ends. Yeah, these have actually got like a sponge end. Again, I've not tried these yet. I've not used any of them. I've been waiting to do a video with them. So rather than having to use a brush with these, you actually get this sponge end that you apply it directly onto the painting. So I'm going to give these a go and see what these are like. And it did come in a set of 2. I think you can get them singly, but it did work out so much. I think it was about £13 for one, or $17.99 for 2. Well, you know me, I have to have the bargain, so I got the 2. And then the last one I've got to try, this one is from the DIY Handmade Craft store on AliExpress, and with postage and taxes this one cost me £6.26, and this is 100 mils, so it's the cheapest in price, but I'd have to work it out per milliliter, because that's like 2/3 of the size of that one, isn't it? So I'd have to work it out. I think it's probably on par with the price of this one, so slightly more than the Craft Buddy one. But this one again just has a nozzle, and you just put this one. Does this just come off? Or does it have a nozzle at the end? It doesn't. Does this come off here? So I've not actually looked at these, so no, I suppose you could poke a hole in the end, but then really you're going to have to use it all at once if you do that. So it will be interesting to see. And for the money, that one actually came with one of the little like acrylic brushes as well. And I did find that the last time I did some sealing, that these acrylic brushes actually wash an awful lot better than the like bristle brushes. I had been using my bristle brushes, but as you can see, this one, even though I did wash it out afterwards, it has gone very, very solid at the end. It's got a real coating on it. I could probably get that off, but yeah, you couldn't then be able to go on and use that for anything else, whereas these brushes do tend to wash an awful lot better, and they seem to dry better as well, and they've got plastic around them rather than the metal, because you find if they've got the bit of metal, if you leave them flat down when they're drying, you can get like a little bit of rust effect around them. You always have to dry any brushes like this upside down, so that the bristles are at the bottom, so that the water runs down and doesn't stay on the metal and make it rusty. So yeah, these are the brushes that I like the best at the moment. So I did actually go ahead and get another 2 of those for doing this sort of comparison, this experiment as it were. That's an actual Deca Patch brush, but I don't think I will use this one because, oh, I suppose I could use it with the Mod Podge. We'll see. I may use it, I don't know, because I've not used it yet. It's just one of those things, you know, we save it best for best, and then best never comes. But again, it's got the metal and it's got the actual bristles on it rather than just like the acrylic plastic bristles. This is more of a hair bristle type one. But it's a good size, and it's a nice size if you're doing a whole canvas for getting it right across the canvas. And then this one I got from, I think this was Fan Cells. I got this in a PR package, but the only trouble is, unless the sealer's right near the top, you can't get to the bottom. So you then need to have something like this one to pour it out to then put it over your canvas. This is an actual Mod Podge one, I believe. This was quite expensive. I think this was about £8. Again from Amazon, and while it's great for putting things on, again you can't get to the bottom of tubs. I mean, you've just no chance with a tub that size, so you have to pour it out first and then spread it. Okay, so that's just a little look at my different sealers and things that I have at the moment. I know there are a lot, and a lot of the diamond painting companies are actually coming out with their own, or are actually selling the sealers now as well. So it will be interesting to see whether any of these will take me away from my Craft Buddy one, because this is what I've always used, albeit, as I say, I've not tried any of the others yet. So we will wait and see how we go. And once I've got an awful lot to seal. I've got the Smashing the Specials items to seal, but what is pick out different ones, like a bag. Somebody asked me about materials. Somebody asked me about the little book, the little notebook that I did, and how you seal them, and what's best to use. And we'll have a play and we'll have a look. So that video will be coming up very, very shortly. But at the moment, I thought I'd do a separate video just showing all the different products that I've got, just to let you know what there is out there and what I've got at the moment. Okay, well, just a very, very quick video, just showing you some of the different sealers. As I say, I have got quite a few sealing videos in my playlist, if you want to go and have a look at those as well. I hope you've enjoyed looking at these with me. If you have, a thumbs up is always very much appreciated. Any comments or questions in the comments down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Which sealer do you use? Have you used a sealer? Have you got a different one that you swear by that I've not got here? And if you want to come and join our family and see the video so you won't miss it of when I get all these sealers and get them used, then if you press that subscribe button down in this corner here and the all notifications bell, you'll be notified when any of my videos come out, so you're not going to miss anything. Yay! Okay, thanks ever so much for stopping by, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.